Hey, greetings, friends. Jacque Howard on location. Big shout out to WIMG 1300 and WPHY Channel 25, covering Mercer County, Camden County, Philadelphia County, and also Wilmington, Delaware. So we're looking forward to sharing more content and getting on the road like I am today in Western Pennsylvania. I'm with Cindy Amick. Friend, thank you so much for your hospitality. My friend and my traveling partner, Kathleen, we were welcomed so nicely. The artwork that's above us is pretty awesome as well. And I got a chance to talk to the legendary William Bill Amick, the golf course architect. I'll be sharing more with that via Jacque's Reach. Jacque and Doc, two friends talking sports. And we've got little Bella here. And those of you who watch the show know that my Prince Tiger likes to come over and say hi when I'm doing a video. And I'm not sure if Bella's quite there yet, but she's gorgeous. Bella, you coming to say hi?
She's bringing her blanket.
Come on. No, you don't want to come up. Come on up, honey. Let's say hi. All right. Anyway, while this is happening, I want to go back to you, Cindy. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your hospitality, and thank you for reaching out. We met via a video conference about industrial hemp. Many of you know I'm doing as much work as I can in gaining information and knowledge about industrial hemp and how I believe it's part of the healing of our nation. It's an amazing plant. It's good for food. It's good for thousands of products. It's an oncoming industry. And as I'm trying to learn more about that, I said, I got to start talking to other people who have experience. And lo and behold, I meet you. Decades of experience in industrial hemp, progressive entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur in the industrial hemp space, etc. I know that wasn't a really good intro, but I'd like for you to do an intro for me about who you are, and then I just want to chop it up because you guys have no idea what the energy is here like. I mean, this is just a warm, amazing space. We can smell some hemp plant-based foods that's being cooked not far from me. So I think my taste buds are taking over this conversation. So Cindy, please introduce yourself.
Well, sure. My name is Cindy Amick, and I have been in the industrial hemp industry for 26 years. It's been my passion, and I really hope to bring this plant back to humanity because I believe it was taken away a long time ago, and I think the planet is suffering. I think the animals are suffering and people are suffering, and I think that it really is the answer to every problem the world faces today, from economics to sustainability to health. So that's why I'm here and why I hope to get this message out to as many people as I can.
Great. So let's start with the health, and let's start with your personal experience and talk about lupus from your perspective. And then let's go into the Edistin protein and tell me if I'm pronouncing that right.
You are.
The Edistin protein.
Yes. All right. So I became a vegetarian about 10 years ago. But I've been eating hemp for 26 years because when I started to get into hemp, I started to eat it. And a lot of people, they say, well, wait, isn't that rope? And I said, yes. And they said, but it's food? And I said, yes. It's just a different part of the plant, right?
Yep,
They can't make that jump from rope to food. But what I realized when I got very ill and almost died of lupus, I found a disease reversal doctor, and she helped me reverse lupus with a plant-based diet. And I was so intrigued by this disease reversal that I decided I was going to go learn about it. And I took the plant-based nutrition course at Cornell University. And in doing my research, I found the Edistin protein factor of the hemp seed. And really, it is the protein that is meant for the human body and animals. In fact, everything on the planet that breathes has an endocannabinoid system. And so I said, wow, I need to get this message out to people because I really feel like it was a divine thing by me finding this doctor, reversing lupus, and God gave me this purpose then to say, you need to go help other people and spread this message. And because, there's a lot of sickness in the world, there's a lot of disease, and really it all stems from diet, from nutrition, and the fact that we're really not getting the proper nutrition. And so that's why I'm here. right now. I have the Hemp Food Group, and we are here to introduce Edison protein to the world and let them know that, hey, we need to switch over from the certain proteins that are being pushed on society to this protein.
Now, I know that on your websites, plural websites, she's a serial entrepreneur in websites, so in .com. So just make sure you understand, if you look her name up, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. Just whether are the two people should focus on right now, the two websites.
Sure. hempfoodgroup.com and planethemp.earth. And planethemp.earth is basically my history, so it's a pretty interesting story, and we'll have to get into that someday, because it's really been something I should write a book or make a movie about, because you couldn't believe the stories. But the Hemp Food Group is myself and another friend of mine who's in Pennsylvania. Has Hempsel's pretzels, so he has some hemp pretzels and some other products, and we hope to get these products out to the world. And I'll be adding more products to the website here in the next month or so, and I'm really looking forward to you trying this food and telling the world what you think.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of this whole divine connection that we have here, is because we started talking. We've had several phone conversations, probably hours. I don't even know how long we've been on the phone, and just talking about things, and then vibing, and then knowing that your father-in-law knows a friend of mine, that I'm serving on the board of her organization. And then we just started talking about these different things, and you sent me a bunch of links, and these links had to do with all things hemp and food-based diets, etc. And I feel as though that's part of my responsibility to share that with others, which is why we're out here, because I want to sit down and talk to Cindy Amick, and get to have a relationship with her, so that this decades of information, experience, and knowledge, I can then share that to my networks, because we know what this plant can actually do.
Well, when I was taking the course at Cornell, one of the things I learned that stood out the most to me was they did autopsies on random American children. And they found that by age 3, 30% of American children have the fatty tissues that set themselves up for diabetes and heart and strokes. By age 10, 100% of the children had this condition. And it's from the standard American diet. We call it the SAD diet, because, it really is not what people should be eating. And so, children, they're our future, they're our children, they're precious. So we really need to start to get this information out to communities. So, our farmers then can grow it, and for food and for everything else. And so we can start getting our children healthy, so we have a healthy world. And that's my real passion.
Mm-hmm. Now, on your website, you have other products, other vendors and so forth on your website. And I would assume that these are products that not necessarily endorse, but ones that the people, or the product. So you're saying, hey, if you're looking for something, this may be something to try. Can you talk about that?
Sure. I have some hemp clothing on my website, and hemp is the healthiest fabric on the planet. And so we're really trying to get this message of hemp out for housing, for paper, for energy. A good friend of mine in Florida, he cleans up water systems with hemp, remediates water systems. And we always said, well, what can we do with this hemp that we're remediating the earth and the water? Well, we can turn it into energy. And one of the biggest things I learned from Steve was only 4,000 acres can produce 3.2 million gallons of this clean burning hemp diesel fuel. And so really, if our country would embrace it, we can become energy independent. We really don't need to be pumping oil and, destroying our oceans and wildlife when we have this clean burning fuel. And, so there's just so many different aspects. And, I love food, but the byproducts of food are the building industry and the clothing industry and energy. So, we really need to bring this plant back to humanity.
part of the education that you have been doing for decades, I know things are more and more people becoming more cognizant of, hey, what's going on? What am I eating? What am I putting in my body, the environment, etc. What would you say to like some younger folks, like, maybe not high school age, but those who are adults, like in their like college years, like 20s and 30s, who are kind of still finding their way in culture and life, like they still feel young and vibrant. They haven't gotten hit with like the health issues that are going to be around the corner, etc. What would you share with them?
I think the biggest thing, I see more and more young people moving away from fast food into growing small gardens. I mean, we really need to get back to the backyard gardens and community gardens where then, everyone has access to healthy food. That's so important. And more young people are making food. It's almost they're going back to the grandma days. They're baking their own breads and, they're making all these products. And that's one of the things that I'm going to be focusing on in the future is I will have a podcast and I will have recipe development, and I want to share this with young people so they can start buying food and then making it at home and bringing that health aspect into the homes and into the community. So community gardens are really, I'm big on that.
Yep, grow your own food, right? Grow your own food, folks. Yes. Get started, learn to grow your own food.
Absolutely.
You've also, with your education, I want to touch on the fact that it's not just for adults. You are looking to do some things to make sure that we can get this information to our youngest children so that they can start learning about some of the processes and things of that nature. Can you touch about like educating our young adults, any participating schools or anything like that can reach out to you?
Sure. I would love to introduce some of my hemp food products to the school system in a pilot program I'm hoping to do so we can get the healthier food in there and start educating children on that. But also, if we could get some farms going, then we could get that educational program where the kids, like the future farmers of America, they could come and learn how to farm the hemp and how to process it, and then we can have more young people getting back into agriculture and just learning the industry, and that is how we will rebuild America. I believe is hemp can do it, and we start farming it, processing it. It creates manufacturing jobs, it creates opportunity, it builds up communities, and people. It's through education and information that we're going to do it. So we need to get people rallying for it.
Nice. All right, we are going to have some hemp food shortly.
That's correct.
Now, can you just let me know what we're going to have so then I can kind of take some pictures of it and share with that too?
Sure. I have a baker in Atlanta, Georgia, and he bakes these beautiful hemp flatbreads. So we're going to have some hemp pizza. And I also made my famous hemp chickpea salad and some hemp brownies. And,
nice.
And not the kind you think, but these are just real good, healthy brownies.
Awesome. All right. Finishing up, I know for entrepreneurs, there's always stuff going. Things are churning. Some things pop up, bubble up. What is it that you've got right on, like, by the end of the year, this is something that you're working towards?
Well, I do have a lot of .coms, and I bought them with the hopes that I would gain some interest from younger people, the public, where they would want to embark on these journeys with me and say, okay, I'm a clothing designer. How can I incorporate hemp into my clothing? And so if you contact me, I can help you get with the right people in the hemp industry so we can make all of this happen. Everything from cleaning up waters to building houses to designing clothing to restaurants and recipes and things like that. I really have a good network of people. So if you're interested in industrial hemp, please contact me and I will definitely help you, and we can use some of my .coms, put them to use and create some jobs, and that's really what it's about.
Cindy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you.
I'm so glad that you get to try my food.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to tell everybody about it too. So there you have it, folks. Just another opportunity for me to share the wonderful human beings that are in my life. I am very serious when I say to you that this is what we need to do, build community. We're around a wonderful, historic round table having these conversations. And I encourage you to do the same. If you need some encouragement, let me know. Get in touch. We can talk about it on record. We can talk about it in person. We can talk about it virtually, like I did with Cindy, to get things started. Because together, this is how we're going to build a better community for everyone. Remember, it's always about justice, peace, and humility.